11, the prime suspect in the murder case of Rabbi Yosef Raksin has been granted bond as questions arise about the strength of evidence in this case. Local 10's Carlos Suarez is live from the scene of the crime in northeast Miami-Dade. Carlos.
Lori, the judge set the bond for the 15-year-old at $300,000, and tonight his attorney says that the ruling further proves that the state doesn't have much of a case against him. Now, we did reach out to the victim's family, but they did not want to talk. The judge's 12-page ruling not only grants bail, but it seemingly calls into question the strength of the state's case against 15-year-old DeAndre Charles in the murder of Rabbi Joseph Raksin. Wednesday's decision was a culmination of court hearings the past couple of weeks where the state argued that witness testimony, cell phone records, and DNA evidence was enough to keep Charles in jail before his trial.
I do agree with the facts that were laid out in his order. So we're glad that Mr. Charles has an opportunity to fight the case from home now.
Rabbi Raksin was killed while walking to temple back in 2014. The state said a witness identified Charles as one of the two men that were seen running from the scene after the shooting. An allegation the judge said doesn't prove anything. Quote, even if one were to assume he was at that encounter and subsequently fled, there is no evidence that he was the trigger man or his involvement or intent with respect to the shooting at all.
I don't even really think this is circumstantial. I think this is a lot of nothing, unfortunately, and I feel horrible for the family of the deceased because they have to go through these proceedings too.
The state also argued Charles' DNA was found in a car linked to the scene, as well as parts of a gun that were found near the rabbi's body, but DNA experts testified the match was weak. Quote, the state has presented no direct evidence of the defendant's guilt. No witness has identified the defendant as the shooter, and indeed, there were no witnesses to the shooting at all. The murder weapon has not been found. In a statement, the state attorney's office maintained that its case against Charles has always been based on circumstantial evidence. Quote, while Judge Block's order allowing the potential jail release of DeAndre Charles is disappointing, it does not lessen the commitment of both the police and prosecutors to obtaining justice for the family of Rabbi Joseph Raksin. Now, Charles was pulled over with a group of friends in that SUV several days after the murder, and so the judge said it was difficult to know just when that DNA would have been left behind in the car. Now, if he's able to post bond, Charles will have to be under house arrest, and he's going to have to wear a GPS ankle monitor. We're live tonight in northeast Miami-Dade. I'm Carlos Suarez, Local 10 News.